It's very important topic of reading skills we are going to talk now. That is skimming. So what is skimming? It is a very sophisticated technique to read the given text. It can be poem, it can be paragraph, it can be essay, a passage. So the skimming is a very sophisticated technique to read the given text. So first thing, why do you use this skimming? It is a process of reading text or passage in order to get a rough idea of what the text or passage is all about. So what it will be doing, so when you want to know what is this paragraph about, what is the story about it? It's a very short story if you think that it's a passage, or what is the text given to you, 2, 3 paragraphs. So you want to know rough idea about it. So then you can use this kind technique of reading, skimming. It is a rapid reading technique. Very fast you can get the information that prepares a reader for detailed reading. But remember, it is not complete reading. It can give you the central idea of a particular given text. If you want more details, you have to read thoroughly. The skimming is one of the techniques which is given to know on the face of it. So, what is the central idea, theme, or what is the text about? You can easily know using this kind of skimming. So, what are the skills required for skimming? Identifying the central idea. Our main idea is to know what is the central idea. So, for that, how to identify the central idea? The first step of skimming is to identify the central idea. In order to understand the central idea, the reader should carefully read the heading. The heading, first step to know the central idea, read the heading. So for every passage, you'll be having a heading. So if you read that heading, at least you'll understand, maybe some idea will come, what is this about? And there will be subheadings also. So if you see any subheadings and you just fast give a glance to that, and maybe the first paragraph and the last paragraph also can give you some clues of how to get the central idea. So these are the things. First, I said to identify the central idea. First thing is you have to check the title, then carefully headings and subheadings, and the opening and closing paragraphs. So if you just read very fast, skim, then you'll get some central idea. That idea. Recognizing other main ideas. So identifying main idea, central idea is over. Then what are the other main ideas? How will you get them? Once the central idea has been identified, and the reader, it's a cakewalk for the reader to get the main ideas and support the external, expand the central idea. So they can easily expand the central idea. You know the main idea, and you can just maybe you can give a quick reading about the side headings and other paragraphs, and you can recognize expand the main ideas and support and expand the central idea also. So, topic sentence. What is a topic sentence? Every paragraph will have a topic sentence. It will give you the idea, central idea of that paragraph. Whether it can be in the beginning or it can be sometimes in the end also. So we have to identify that what is this paragraph about. Suppose if I give an example, if you're reading about a village fair, you don't have a heading. So you'll be looking at reading a glance of it, maybe you can see. So maybe we can see in the beginning, today we are going to discuss about the village fair. We are going to describe the village fair, an incident like that. Maybe in the conclusion. So I think now beautifully we completed. So it can be in the end also sometimes. So the paragraph in the ending or somewhere in the middle also sometimes. So once the central idea has identified, easily recognize the main ideas and support the expand the central idea. Once you have the main idea, the skimming which gives you the main idea so that maybe you can develop and recognize, easily identify other main ideas and support the central idea. You can easily write the central idea. Topic sentence already I discussed. So it will give you in some idea. Mostly writer wants to highlight in the passage. So the topic sentence will give you what is this passage about. So what writer is going to discuss. So what he writer is going to highlight in this paragraph or passage. So that will be easy for you to identify. So what are the other skimming? What skimming involves, we'll see. Skimming involves discovering the purpose and organization of a text. Sometimes how the text is organized. Suppose if some people will be telling a story, they'll be saying, once upon a time there lived a king, like that. Maybe, or else maybe some people want to give some quotation. So unity is in diversity. They give a quotation so we can understand. Maybe they're talking about diversity and unity. So like that, maybe a purpose and organization of a text, how it is. While skimming a passage or text, the reader should be able to identify the specific writing pattern used by the writer in the passage. Whether he is writing a critical appreciation or is he writing about using simple sentences, or maybe it is written whether it is a pattern. So what are the patterns? A descriptive pattern is involved, or a narrative techniques or narrative patterns are used. So is he telling a story, are he describing a place? So identifying the techniques, we can easily understand what actually maybe the reader should be a specific writing pattern of the passage. The common writing patterns used are like definitions. So is he giving a definition of a particular uh, uh, phrase or a word or a technical term, like that? Or is he describing, as we already discussed, as he describing a place, person, thing, or anything? So any others is talking about any classification. So if any grouping, classification means here. So if you have you are talking about different subjects, so we can say technical subjects and literary subjects. So like that, if he is talking about, maybe Ari is talking about history in a chronological order and in a spatial manner. So he's saying that maybe he's talking about how to write history. So like that, maybe the patterns used, and compare and contrast. Sometimes we can see compare and contrast method. So if you have two objects or two subjects, so two states, two countries, we can compare and contrast. So if suppose you are taking Western and Eastern countries. So Eastern countries follow more traditional methods, and they develop different kinds of things. So if we talk about Western countries, they're very sophisticated and modern. They try to follow everything using some kind of modern techniques. So like that, maybe if you say that, maybe comparison can be done. Classifications can be seen. So like as I told you, so something they are classifying. So you're not talking about men or men, habits of men or men. So they're talking about Eastern, Western, like that. And cause and effect. Cause and effects, if they're talking about, the paragraph is talking about some kind of cyclone, or maybe, and maybe talking about a war. So they can talk about any kind of negotiations. So what are the causes and effects of it? So they can be, discussion will be based on that. So you can understand a comparison and contrast. So they can take a comparison, or they can go for the contrast. Contrast means maybe some one is some state is doing very good, some state is doing very poor. So we can compare and contrast. So this, while the performance of particular state is very high and achieving the targets and goals, whereas that kind of link word is giving, so they are using a contrast state. So the paragraph may be using compare and contrast method. So a writer may use writing pattern according to the nature and type of a message to be communicated. Some people will be using a writing pattern, either skimming or scanning. So we can use that maybe. What is the writing pattern? As I told you, narrative technique or descriptive technique, that also will be helpful. The reader uses skimming for the fast reading and quick analysis. What is the purpose of skimming? So we are reading for to read, fast reading. So we want to read very quickly, and we want to do the analysis also very quickly. So it's definitely, it is very helpful.